we've all been there before. We're sitting in the back of a classroom and we notice an attractive person come in and we make a little bit of eye contact, but the moment they look at us and acknowledge us, we kind of look away really fast and we just break the eye contact. They could be sitting a few rows ahead of us and we're kind of checking up on them even though you don't even know this person, but you're looking up, looking at if they're paying attention, if they understand the lesson, when reality you should be doing the same thing, but you have all your attention and energy given towards them and it's hard for you to pay attention, and you're really interested in this person overall. Like, you're just very, very attracted to them, and based off that, you kind of want to get to know them. You want to figure out who they are, see if they have similar interests as you, and you are sitting there in class and you're coming up with different ways you can talk to this person. You have a bunch of different pickup lines that you have in the back of your mind, or you're just trying to come up with ways on how you can make this conversation go good, how you can go up there and talk to her. But you hear the bell ring, or you hear the professor dismiss class and tell everyone they can leave, and you're sitting in your chair and you see her get up and you see her like pack up her bags, and by now you should have gotten up and stood like near her and got her attention, but you can't get out of your chair, man. You're just too scared, and your social anxiety is kind of just creeping in, and you're just giving yourself a bunch of exit opportunities and giving yourself a lot of reasons why she shouldn't talk to you, or you're just giving yourself a bunch of your brain is just filling you're just filling your brain with reasons why you shouldn't talk to her, and you ultimately just chicken out and you watch her walk out of the classroom and you're like, oh man, you have that regret, but you think to yourself that, hey, I can always talk to her next class, and I'm going to do it next class. I will prepare myself a little better for the interaction, and hopefully then the interaction will go a lot smoother than I planned. And next week comes, same thing happens. It becomes almost like a cycle, an endless cycle that you can't get yourself out of, and you would have never been in this situation. Let's say you would have never been in this situation if you had the courage to actually go and speak to her, if you had the ability to man up and just go talk to her, literally about anything. You weren't being forced to talk about one particular topic. That's such a benefit. You have the ability to talk to her about whatever you want, but you're finding it very difficult to actually have the confidence and speak to her. You continue to get stuck in this cycle, and now it's the last week of classes. You tell yourself that you have no choice. You have no choice but to go and talk to this girl. You have no other opportunity. This is your last chance to make it count. You make a commitment to yourself that you will speak to this girl, and no matter what happens, no matter what the circumstances, you will have the balls to go and talk to her. Now you get to class early. You get a seat that's positioned right in front of the door, or you get a seat that's positioned so you can see exactly who comes in the door at every moment, and you're just staring at this door. You're not even blinking, and you're just ready to go, and you think that, okay, as soon as she comes in, I'm just gonna wave her down and then try to talk to her. That would be the easiest way for you to do it. And you wait, you see the professor walk in and then close the door, and then you realize that it's the last week of classes and she just skipped the last class. The amount of regret that's going through your body, the amount of pain, the amount of humiliation you feel for not being able to go and talk to this one girl. You had multiple opportunities, and you had the chance, the moment you first met her, the moment you guys first make eye contact when she was walking into class, but you just didn't have it in you to spark that conversation. You were just too scared. And now look where that left you, man. You just had an opportunity that you just missed out on multiple times, and it got to a point where when you were actually ready, the opportunity wasn't there anymore. You have to understand two things that never wait for anybody, and that's time and opportunity. You have to take advantage of them right away when they present themselves. Otherwise, they will slip away, and that chance will go to somebody else. You can never get that opportunity back. You have to understand that. So in future, it's important that you capitalize on all the opportunities that come your way. The reason you weren't able to capitalize on this opportunity was because of your social anxiety. Let's be honest. You were scared, you were pedestalizing her, and it was simply because of the way she looks. If she looked different, you would have acted different. I know for a fact if she wasn't in good shape and she didn't take care of herself and she didn't wear nice clothes, she didn't smell nice, you wouldn't have thought twice to even talk to her about anything. You could have easily approached her, even if you didn't want to. You knew deep down that she didn't intimidate you. You know, you weren't scared to do that. You didn't care so much. If you had to ask her a question, something super easy, like if you needed a pencil or something, you would have asked her, no problem. And if you really wanted to, you could have asked her her name, and you could have had a whole conversation if you wanted to. You knew that it would have been a lot easier had she looked that way. But you need to learn how to talk to attractive people. You have to learn how to be comfortable around attractive people. And the first step you should be doing is making yourself an attractive person. You have to give people that, you have to let people know that you take care of yourself, that you're hygienic, you have a nice haircut, you wear clothes that look good on you, that suit your style. And the energy you present to the world after you take care of yourself is very exuberant. And it'll allow people to, take a good look at you and understand that you mean business and you're not one of those normal guys that just don't care about how they present themselves to the world. When you present yourself as an attractive person, you kind of have that mindset of you should be surrounding yourself with other attractive people. You have to make sure your grooming's on point. You have to make sure you smell nice, you have a nice haircut, and you have clothes that suit your style. When you embrace this character, it represents you in a really good fashion, and you're able to present yourself well to other people, and people are going to want to give you that time and attention. And by you being more attractive means the likelihood of you talking to other people, other attractive people, the reciprocation will be there. And step 2 is you need to hang out with more attractive people, whether it's males or females, regardless of what your sexuality is. When you're around attractive people, you automatically assume you belong in that circle. You believe that you are an attractive person. All you do is surround yourself with attractive people, therefore you gotta be one. Especially when you're taking care of yourself, you're doing the things I just mentioned, you will honestly see yourself in a different light, and your status, your social status will improve. And when you are in these groups, you literally can talk to them about anything. Talk to them about life and just have normal conversations that you can then use towards your actual, whether it's your dating life or when it comes to meeting new people and starting that initial conversation. You'll have so many repetitions of talking to attractive people that it's not going to be that difficult for you. And let's say you are an introvert. I know there's a big difference between introverts and extroverts, and extroverts can kind of just follow what I just said and you pretty much will be fine. It's not going to be a big issue for you to go out and make attractive friends. But if you're an introvert and you have social anxiety, that's very difficult for you to kind of make that big step. And I want you guys to start off a little smaller. I need you guys to honestly just greet cashiers and hosts whenever you guys are out in public. Even if it's so simple, even if it's a few words, you gotta have to take that step, because for you guys it's a lot harder to break out of your shell, whereas an extrovert can literally just talk to people about pretty much anything. It's a lot easier for them. But in terms of the extroverts, you have to figure out what works for you. It might take a few more steps, but I don't want you to think that you're not capable of doing the actions that are required to have the desired outcomes, when in reality you guys are more than capable of doing that. After you are done greeting hosts and saying hello to just strangers in public, I want you to take the next step of going to like a shopping center and just kind of smiling to everybody you walk past. You don't necessarily have to say, you don't have to necessarily talk to every person you walk by, but smile, have good posture, and really just believe in yourself. Believe that it's okay to act like this, that it's not weird, that you're just smiling and you're making good eye contact with people you walk past. Even if you don't see it that often and people don't show that energy towards you, I need you to project that first, and then you're more likely to receive that energy in return. If someone smiles at you, you are just more likely to smile back at them. Even if you don't know why they're smiling, if you have if you just see somebody with a smile on their face, you kind of just grasp the joy that they're sharing, and you want to project it back. Just try this out. It will help you drastically. And the third step, I need you to understand that attractive people are still just people. They do look really well. They know how to present themselves. They know their angles. They know how to charm. The way they're presented is so much above a normal person. That's why they're viewed as attractive, because they're not a normal person. They take more time. They put more effort into their appearance. They kind of mastered their look, and they know how to receive good attention from other people. Even if it's not them speaking, even if it's just their presence being there. Think about the girl you were just simping over. She literally didn't say anything to you in class, and you were just fascinated by the way she looked. She presented her well. The way she presented herself kind of casted a spell over you, and you just pedestalized her beauty, and she kind of had such a big hold on you, and she didn't even know it. She didn't intentionally do it for you, but she did want to present herself in a certain way that would optimize the way people looked at her. Even though she presents her best foot forward to the world, that doesn't mean she doesn't have flaws or insecurities, because she's human just like all of us, bro. I promise you there's a flaw that she is not showcasing in her realm of beauty. That way people kind of overlook it, or people don't notice it at all. And once you get to know people more, and once you talk to more attractive people, you realize that for the most part, they're really just normal people that maximize their appearance and put more effort into their appearance, so you don't pay too much attention to their flaws. For example, if someone's super insecure about their height, right? Boy or girl, right? Super insecure about their height. They're going to work on other aspects that they can control. Everybody has flaws. It's just that not everybody projects them to the world.